Hello everyone, welcome to my Emmerdale official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Tom King has been moping around Emmerdale village since Belle Dingle left for Scotland. Belle had boldly told Tom before her departure that she no longer wanted to be in a relationship with him after being physically and mentally abused. Belle then packed her luggage and traveled for Scotland to spend time with Debbie and her father Zach. While Belle has undoubtedly benefited from the separation, Tom has become impatient and desperate since not seeing her. After messaging her several times and not receiving a response, Tom sent Belle another message in tonight's episode and was ecstatic when she responded. Belle assured that she will be coming home tomorrow, which gave him a lot of hope. At the King family, Tom informed Nicola that Belle texting him and returning home was a good sign that they might be able to patch things up and reconcile. A realistic Nicola warned Tom that Belle had been neglecting him for a purpose, but he did not listen. Tom was then observed at Dale Head, sipping red wine and talking on the phone with a friend. Tom didn't say what he was up to, but it was evident that he had devised a strategy ahead of Belle's return from Scotland. When Belle returns, she will be greeted by Sarah, who will explain that Tom has given her a new automobile, a retro Mini. While all is going on, Tom has allowed himself into Dale Head. When Belle walks in, she is stressed because Tom is talking about wanting them to get back together. Belle puts her foot down, telling Tom that she will not accept the automobile and does not want to reunite. Victoria Sugden addressed the mystery surrounding her new brother John in tonight's Emmerdale. We met John last week when Vic and Eric Pollard went to his mother's funeral. Vic was only there because she drove Pollard, and she only started talking to John after she discovered him sitting on a bench alone. Vic was eager to learn more about her half-brother once it was revealed that she was looking at him. John stated that a letter announcing his existence had been sent to his biological father Jack Sugden, but because Jack is no longer alive, no one knows whether he received it and chose not to respond, or whether it never arrived. Vic felt positive that if her father had known John existed, he would have wanted him in his life. This did not disturb John, as he told Vic that the man who raised him alongside his mother was enough of a father to him. In tonight's episode, Vic was at Jack's grave, reflecting. She was interrupted by Pollard, who was also attending to Val's grave. Vic stood up, wondering whether her father truly had no idea John existed. Victoria was curious because she assumed that if John's mother sent Jack a letter, he never received it, or that he did, and simply ignored it. But is John speaking the truth? Victoria uncovered one of his items while cleaning up at home yesterday and gave it to him. It was a little tin box that she had not opened. Victoria was fascinated as John raised the lid to investigate the contents. Is that a dog tag, like from the army? John appeared stressed as he confirmed that he had served in the army, but refused to discuss it. It's over, he explained. Victoria left it at that, having learned not to push him too much. But when she left, John glanced at the dog tag again, and we noticed the name engraved on it. It did not state John Sugden as expected, but rather Aidan Moore. This is a mystery. Is Aidan someone John knew from the service? A fallen comrade perhaps? Could he be someone John was once romantically associated with? However, John's family background includes the surname Moore. Prior to John's birth, his father, Jack Sugden, had an affair with Karen Moore, an auctioneer's helper at Houghton Market. When Jack returned to his wife Pat, Karen briefly became romantically involved with Jack's brother Joe. Also in tonight's episode, John spent time with Vic's son Harry, but declined her offer to watch a movie that evening. John appears to be warming up to the notion of having a few more relatives, but he is still hesitant to let his guard down. But why? What more secrets does this new face hide? According to a new survey, the UK is experiencing an isolation epidemic, with of the population professing to be lonely on a regular or occasional basis. The Belonging Forum questioned British people across demographics and discovered that young women, renters, and those with impairments were the least likely to report having a strong support network. More than 1/3 of Londoners reported feeling lonely on a regular basis, according to Belonging Forum founder Kim Samuel, highlighting real challenges with social connection. Half of Brits struggle to make friends, and while we usually cease making friends around the age of 37, the vast majority of us would like to make new ones. So, in an effort to combat loneliness and lessen the stigma associated with making friends later in life, Metro.co.uk has sought the experience of adults who have done just that, and their tactics are simple for everyone to copy. Why not take their lead and widen your circle? Sarah Hamilton didn't know anyone when she moved to Cumbria in November 2012. Her husband is in the RAF, so moving home wasn't unusual for the couple, but Sarah discovered that starting again made it impossible to identify her people. Sarah told Metro.co.uk, "As the serving person, my husband always had a brand new set of colleagues and a social life, but I had to go out and find mine, especially here in this little RF community." Sarah, 48, chose to try parkrun in May 2013, and she says it provided her with her own community as well as a terrific group of friends. Sarah says, "I often say that if I hadn't gone to parkrun, we wouldn't be here. I registered in January after seeing on Twitter that Carlisle Parkrun was starting, but I didn't go until May since I wasn't brave enough." The mother of one realizes how difficult it is to make friends as an adult, and she certainly struggled at first. She explains, "I was too nervous to speak to people at first, so I just watched what everyone else was doing. During the run, I thought, oh, they're so fast, I don't want to talk to them. But after the race, you hang out, especially if the weather is nice, and you sit down with a coffee and wind up talking. And that's when all of the interaction occurs. I've now formed an entire friend group. Many of Sarah's closest friends she's made at parkrun don't live in Carlisle. They were just traveling through, but they've stayed in touch, meet up frequently, and have a lot in common." She has also made a large number of local acquaintances through the fitness event. They'll go out for dinner and drinks or meet up for hobbies like swimming and running, followed by a trip to the pub. But if parkrun seems intimidating to you, remember that it isn't just for experienced runners. You may run, jog, or walk it if you wish, and some people even bring pushchairs to navigate the circuit. Sarah, a library assistant, adds, "One of my friends had her second baby, so I walked with her and her mother the other day while she carried the baby around. Her husband was running and pushing their 4-year-old in the buggy, so it's literally for everyone." She adds, "I walk at parkrun now. My body has had enough of running. It's fantastic to feel that you can still participate even if you can't run anymore. We were chuckling on Christmas Day, since our winter circuit is 5 laps, so when you're at the back, you get lapped very quickly by the join us as we embark on a series of boundary-pushing well-being material aimed not only at elevating and championing mental health, but also at promoting societal togetherness. If you run, stroll, jog, or swagger, read about those who discovered their calling, their community, or had their lives transformed by simply lacing up their trainers. Not that you have to do parkrun in trainers. As we'll show you later, we weren't even a third of the way around the first lap strolling when the first guy came by. There's no reason to go that quickly. Sarah's advice for people interested in giving it a try is to go watch your local parkrun first to get a feel for it, or to volunteer first. She argues that volunteering first makes individuals think, "Oh, I can do this. It's okay to just walk." Parkrun has a designated walker whose purpose it is to be last, so you will never be last, and they will walk with you if you ask them to. Marion Quay, a fashion specialist, met a new best friend while attending a Seventh-day Adventist church, which she describes as one of the friendliest places she has ever visited. The 42-year-old resided in Reading for 4 years before making her first visit to the church in Hackney, where she met Zin's bishop, whose kid was 4 years old at the time. Zin sat next to Marion in the pews and noticed she was new, so she greeted her to the church and apologized for her son squirming beside her. Marion told metro.co.uk, "That's how we started communicating. She is really kind, wonderful, sweet, and warm. Anytime there is someone new, she makes sure they are okay." So what do you guys think about this update? Let me know in the comments below. And if you like my videos, please click like and subscribe for more. I'll see you guys next time.